Hi, my name's Adrian, and I am your tech expert for the site Nearpod.com. This is a completely free website, so when you first sign up to it, you can click on the sign up for free button, and you can easily go through, answer all the questions, and sign up right then and there for your Nearpod account. Once you are in, this would kind of be the screen that you would come to, where you'd have options to go to your library, explore the bank of Nearpod lessons that they already have for you. You can join a Nearpod lesson. Our school uses it a lot for our professional development sessions. So a lot of the presenters will do a Nearpod, and then that way all teachers can be signed on and able to kind of follow along on their own either laptop computer or their iPad. The create button and then the reports. So if you go to explore, we'll check this out first. This is where there is a huge bank of lessons already created for you by standard, by subject, you name it, they have it. So we'll just kind of scroll down a little bit. You can see college and career exploration, digital citizenship, which is huge the more we kind of get into technology and implementing it more and more within our schools and school districts. You can also go by subject, so there's plenty of subjects to kind of look through, even into health, environmental science, general, etc. Another way you can do it is by actually looking, you can see down here, the Nearpod VR. So doing college tours with this, looking at doing some virtual field trips. Even they have it where you can kind of do, if the kids have an iPad, they would be looking at a picture, and if they move the iPad left or right, the picture would swivel to kind of show them what they would see. So kind of being in that spot without actually being there. And then not only can you go by just those, but if you click up here on filters, you can go by free or paid lessons. So it's completely free to sign up, but the only thing that you might pay for would be lessons. If you found a specific lesson that you really loved and kind of matched what you were teaching and you didn't want to reinvent it, you can just pay it. So it's similar in a sense to Teacher Pay Teacher website. Then there's subjects. You can kind of filter it by the subjects you're looking for. If you want an actual just assessment for it, or if you just want a full lesson to do, you can do it by the resource type, and then also by grade level. But it gets even better, because up here, if you click on by standards, you can now go to any state standards as well as just Common Core or the NGSS standards that we have now. And you can kind of search through just that. So I have Pennsylvania clicked. So if we look at Pennsylvania, look at specific subject, ELA, and because I teach first, we'll hit up first grade. You then can go to Strands. Strands is where you will find every standard for ELA from the Pennsylvania State Assessment Standards. You are able to simply go through and you can click on one. So if it's identifying the main idea, I can search, and I will get everything that's kind of K-2 or grade 1, and that would be considered finding the main idea. So as you can see, it tells you if it's free or if it costs money. I'm not sure if any of these cost money. It looks like not. So all of these are considered free, and it just kind of gets you some easy lessons. You can preview the lessons before you purchase it, which is really nice. You can kind of look through the whole entire lesson before you decide if that's exactly what you want. If you go back to the main page, which I didn't do, actually went to my library instead. If you click on my library from the main page, this would be what would come up. So not only do I have lessons in here that somebody else created, like this one, but I also have lessons that I have created. And I've actually done a couple of quizzes with my kids using the Nearpod. So you can kind of create your own. So you can actually create your own right from here, or if you go back to the main screen, you can do it from there. So this is what you would get, and you kind of can add a slide. You can add the content and just do a regular slide. Add a Nearpod 3D, simulation, video, field trip. I mean, the list just really goes on and on. But you can also add an activity. So if you wanted to do an open-ended question but wanted it on an iPad or a laptop, typed versus not typed. You can do that. If you want a quiz, you can easily do a quiz. Do a Drawlet. Drawlet's actually perfect for math. My kids have been learning how to do circle drawings to help them solve math problems. And they absolutely loved using the Draw It lesson that I did with them. You can do collaborate, polls, fill in the blanks, memory tests, basically anything that you could possibly think of wanting to do. Now, if we go back to my library, I'll actually show you a quiz. The reason being is, let me click on it first. So this is a Associates quiz that I created. It was a paper and pencil quiz that I simply decided I wanted to just do. Oh, sorry, that one's not going to work. So I'll pick the math one because I actually just gave this one today. So when you hover over it, you can either do a live lesson or do a student paced. Live lessons make it so that kids usually can't scroll through. For quizzes, it doesn't matter because they'll just do it. But a student paced is they can completely do it, and then they get their results right at the very end. In a live lesson, so if I click on live lesson, sorry, it's taking a little bit. A code instantly comes up. This is the code that your students would be putting in order to log into the lesson. And then this is what they would see. And you actually can see down here, this would be down here is where you'd see how many students have been signed in. You'd also be able to, because on your screen, when they start the quiz, you will see their names over here, and you'll start to see their scores. You can hide their names so that if you have it projected, they're not able to see the answers that other kids have picked. And then it starts showing you the graph of how many kids got correct and not correct. And then right up here, this would be where you'd end the session when the quiz is complete for all students. And then if you click on reports, I have it already set up that sends straight to my email, and it sends me a report that literally breaks down the percentage that each kid got for the total quiz, as well as for each question, what students got it right and what students got it wrong, which when we talk about doing formative assessment, that is critical, knowing right away what students got what question wrong, which one do I need to target, which kid do I need to target a little more on some questions, what were they confused about. If I see a lot of kids got a question wrong, obviously I know that's a question I need to go back and I need to reteach. So you really can't beat that kind of a report right then and there. So that is my little spiel on Nearpod. I wish I could talk longer because honestly, the more I've gotten into this, the more I've found that I truly love it. My kids love it. They're engaged, and there's nothing better than that instant feedback, whether it's for them in a student-led lesson or if it's for me for more of a live lesson. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.